All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Fate Seal MTG. I am Crex, your host, and today we are playing with Lantern Control version 4.2.2. Not really much different from this list than previous lists. I am still on the 3 Mox Opal hype train. Ended up adding in an Assassin's Trophy in the last version. In fact, the only difference between this version and the previous version is I've taken out Damping Spheres in favor of Necromenches. I'm not sure how this is going to work. I hopefully think that this might be something that can be brought in against Amulet Titan and against Eldrazi to get rid of their World Breakers, because those give us a real ass kicking when they are cast, not even when they resolve. But yeah, I will try this out and see what happens. Give me a moment and I'll get the league pulled up for y'all. All right, we have started round 1 versus GG. I will be on the draw, and certainly not with this hand. This is a hard mulligan. If this hand had a Mox Opal in it somewhere, perhaps this would be good, but that's just not. Oh, geez. They began the game with 7 cards in hand. I can bottom one of the Ensnaring Bridges, use Stirrings to find land number 2, and I think I will do that, actually. Devourer of Destiny, huh? Okay, well, let's see what they exile. Misty, and a fancy Sowing Mycospawn. Suddenly feeling much better that I have the Necromenches in my sideboard here. All right, main phase. That is an Urza's Saga. That was a huge find. Do I just grab a Surveil land here? I'm looking for a discard spell. No, I think I'd rather grab the Shock land, and I'm going to cast Stirrings, looking for a Lantern, I think. Did not find it. I did find a second Ensnaring Bridge, which I think in this situation I just might take. But the Blooming Marsh is really tempting as well. That'll give me plenty of lands. I think I'll take the Blooming Marsh, actually. Yeah, I'm going to take the Blooming Marsh here. And any order for those. We got a Cavern of Souls, presumably on Eldrazi. Yep, there we go. And nothing. So Sowing Mycospawn can come down as early as turn 3, which is next turn here. I'm going to play out this Urza's Saga. And I'm just going to play some Mill Rocks this turn. I'm not going to overcommit. Unfortunately, I have yet to check my opponent's hand here. And that's something that I pretty badly need to do. If I lose this game, it's going to be because I haven't checked my opponent's hand for sure. Here's the world's tiniest Kozilek's command. Now, it doesn't matter if they scry about... Actually, they can only scry 1 here. Oh, this means that they can potentially kick Sowing Mycospawn next turn and just eat my... Ooh, that's not good. They scried to top, but they drew it anyway, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, they can eat my Urza's Saga this turn if they have a soul land, which they play 8 of them. So it's fairly likely. With that scry to top, I feel like I'm about to just get majorly heavily punished. Wow, they just did nothing? They just did nothing. What did you keep on top? Another Kozilek's command? Whatever, I'm going to start exiling people's libraries. That's a pretty damn big deal. Another Blooming Marsh. I did not want to see that. Well, let's go ahead and play this out. And I'm going to... Oh, what am I going to do? I'm going to probably just create a construct token here. They're burning a ton of Kozilek's commands. They're not going to have any available to pick off my tokens. Okay, so they're scrying 2, then drawing a card. If they scry both to top, then I can exile the other one. They did both to bottom. Okay, that's fine. Well, they need to do something here. They can kick a Sowing Mycospawn now, which presumably they're going to do. I don't really see any other reason that they would be keeping the hand that they did with only 2 lands in it. Wow, Malevolent Rumble. Yeah, you got it. You can cast a Malevolent Rumble. That's fine. Talisman, Boseiju, Null Drifter, Sowing Mycospawn. Let's see what they take. Admittedly, I could have thrown a Pithing Needle on Boseiju, who endures like a couple of turns ago, but I just didn't think it was really that important. They do have a Devourer of Destiny in hand. I forgot about that. And a Null Drifter. Null Drifter is a 4/4, right? Pretty sure Null Drifter is a 4/4. Yep, it's a 4/4. Okay, well, let's go ahead and make our construct and activate our Pyxis. And I pretty desperately want to check their hand here. Now, they can chump my constructs for days. Ooh, that was good. And yeah, but I'm not going to cast this Ensnaring Bridge yet because I don't need to. But they can chump the constructs for days. But they can't do it forever. Lantern of Insight, get into play. I have hit my other Codex Shredder, notably. Do I want to just give them lands? I'm going to attack and I'm going to see what happens. If they just chump here, then I might give them the land. Third Kozilek's Command. You don't say. You don't say. Third Kozilek's Command. All right, that's a way to get off the ground. So they're going to recoup their mana, and they're going to exile my attacking construct. That is a fantastic trade. I take that all day. I'm still going to hold this Pithing Needle, by the way. I don't know what I'm going to be using it on quite yet. Wow, that was a great trade. All right, so they have a Forest in hand now. They played it. Utopia Sprawl, so that's just mana neutral, but they're down a card because of it. 3 cards in hand that I don't know about, and they have a Devourer of Destiny and a Null Drifter in hand. I haven't yet been pressured into casting this Ensnaring Bridge, and I'm not going to quite yet. My hand seems relatively safe, unless they play a Thought-Knot Seer or something. This has got to be a Sowing Mycospawn, right? Oh my god, it's not a Sowing Mycospawn. They're just hard casting a Null Drifter or a Devourer of Destiny. That's fantastic news. Yeah, we take those. I'm going to not allow you to have a Malevolent Rumble. I'm going to not allow you to have a 4th Kozilek's Command. That is all 4 Kozilek's Commands out of their deck, by the way. Inquisition is fine. I will take an Inquisition next turn. So they're going to draw Talisman of Impulse and what else? An Eldrazi Temple. Okay, so they have 3 unknown cards in their hand. They cannot play that Talisman of Impulse next turn, so I have a hit with this Inquisition, no matter how small it is. And here I am going to not make a construct. I'm going to probably just clear the way for this Ensnaring Bridge to get cast. So let's go ahead and fetch with this Polluted Delta, grab a basic Swamp, cast that Inquisition, make sure that the coast is clear. I do have something that I can sack to the Null Drifter's Annihilator trigger. This construct token is not going to be very useful anymore. So let's go ahead and grab a basic Swamp. I'm now going to just take a peek at my opponent's hand. I'll boop that Talisman if they have nothing better to do with it. Ooh, that is a Karn the Great Creator that they just have done nothing with. Okay. I don't know why they haven't cast Karn the Great Creator. Perhaps it's because I have attackers, but I'm going to need a solution to that. Oh, I can't read this. It's 2 damage to each creature. They can do 5 when they cast a sufficiently large creature spell. I don't care about that. Do I? Not really. I don't really care about that. I'm going to grab their hand. I'm going to take the Talisman of Impulse. But this makes me wonder if I should be put a Pithing Needle on that Karn, actually. What should I do here? I'm going to exile the top card of each player's deck because I don't think I want that Sowing Mycospawn to hit my Urza Saga right now. And let's see what they draw before I make any further decisions. That is a Forest and a Thoughtseize on top of my deck. That means that Karn has to come down this turn. I can hedge against Karn by creating another construct. That would force them to leave their stuff back as blockers. I'm going to attack, and then I'm going to make a decision after that. No blocks. Okay, so here are my choices. I can cast Ensnaring Bridge. I can cast Pithing Needle on Karn right now, or I can make another Saga construct token. With the Thoughtseize on top of my deck, my opponent must cast Karn this turn. If they don't cast it this turn, then I just boop it out of their hand. I might even sacrifice a land to the Null Drifter, honestly. I don't think that casting Ensnaring Bridge here is correct because I want to be able to threaten that Karn. I am going to do nothing. Yeah, I think I'm going to sacrifice a land to the Null Drifter if they attack with it. I think I'm going to sacrifice my basic Swamp. They've got a Forest on top of their deck. Bojuka Bog I could not possibly care less about. Alright, they played an Eldrazi Temple. Notably, that Kozilek's Return is not castable right now. No, they're just playing a Devourer of Destiny? Come on, don't do that. You're going to exile your Utopia Sprawl? If you're going to do that, then I'm just going to sacrifice a friggin' Construct token to the Null Drifter. Aw, man, don't do that. This game's going to be locked up if you do that. Alright, whatever. Slow rolling this Ensnaring Bridge is, that's huge for me. This game is possible because I slow rolled that Ensnaring Bridge. And because I think my opponent made a huge mistake here. Yeah, Construct is gone. Alright, let's go ahead and wrap up the game now, yeah? Alright, create another Construct just because I can. Drawing that Thoughtseize. Thank you for being in the deck, Thoughtseize. I'm going to grab Pyxis number 2. When in doubt, just making your lock stronger is almost always a good play. Pyxis is just so good at handling all of this random stuff. Karn the Great Creator is down. Blooming Marsh is down. I'm going to play this Ensnaring Bridge. And I'm going to F6. Alright, Bojuka Bog in hand. I don't care about that. I am actually going to mill them here. That is an Ugin's Labyrinth. I don't care about that. Now I need to decide what to throw this Pithing Needle on. I'm not entirely convinced that it even matters at this point, but I am going to name Worldbreaker with it, just in case I need to use a Codex Shredder on a Worldbreaker. Okay. And we are in a really good position now. I'm going to F0 here. Ugin's Labyrinth. Why did my opponent not play Karn the Great Creator when they had the chance? They could have made this a much harder game for me. Now they're just hard casting a Devourer of Destiny that just doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, you can eat up your clock if you want to. I'm not going to complain about that. All right, let's go ahead and try winning the game now. Yeah, Emrakul the Promised End, I'm going to mill, because it just doesn't matter. They can't get it back from their graveyard anyway. I don't really want them drawing a Null Drifter. Edge Maze is fine, I suppose. All right. With the lag going on Magic Online, it's important to remember that your opponents are just as beholden to the lag as you are. Just make liberal use of your F0s and F6. All right, yeah, this just doesn't matter anymore. Somehow I am 2 minutes ahead of my opponent here. I could actually possibly time them out, but I feel like that might backfire, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to go ahead and start using my lock here. All right, one more is probably fine, and I don't think I'm going to exile with the last one. Ooh, never mind. Worldbreaker. Get out of there. Okay. I'm going to cast this Underworld Cookbook just to get it out of my hand. And I'm going to F6 again. My opponent continues to burn time. I don't even know what they drew. It doesn't matter anymore. I'm just going to control all their draws anyway, so it's not like it matters what they have in their hand. I just know that it's not going to be important. In fact, I'm not going to be drawing whatever's on top of my deck anyway. Yeah, you can have a Talisman of Impulse. Notably, my construct would survive getting hit with both halves of a Kozilek's command, but their stuff would not survive. Yeah, I don't even know what was on top of their deck. I just know that it wasn't that big of a deal. Okay, yep, and we win the game. Ugh. My opponent has a little bit of time remaining on their clock, unfortunately. Probably more than enough to win 2 games if they need to. So let's be respectful of that. Now, Inquisitions are not fantastic. I can side those out in favor of Duress and Thoughtseize. That's perfectly fine. I think I want the Assassin's Trophies in. A Grafdigger's Cage is no good. Underworld Cookbook is no good. And this actually leaves open 3 slots for these lovely Necromentia that I have sitting in my sideboard. So let's bring those in and see what happens. This hand is unkeepable. If this Mox Opal were a land, then yeah. We actually have an example of a hand where Mox Opal does not help. My opponent has mulled a 6 as well. This hand is better. It's got 4 lands in it, which is not fantastic. But I can keep this and bottom... I'm going to bottom the fetch land, actually. They're going to surveil with Hedge Maze. Taking a minute to decide on this. They milled a Kozilek's Command. Wow. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You can do that. Let's go ahead and go basic Swamp into Lantern. That is a Null Drifter. I have a Mill Rock on top of my deck. That's fantastic. There's not really anything that I want to do here anyway. They kept the Bojuka Bog in their deck. That's interesting. All right. Cast a Malevolent Rumble. Hit a Sowing Mycospawn, which is unfortunate. They have to take that, right? Yeah, they took the Sowing Mycospawn. I would have been extremely surprised if they did anything different. I am going to draw this Codex Shredder, but I am going to play this for Mori Vault, and I'm going to suspend Profane Tutor here. Having that Ensnaring Bridge in hand helps out a lot. That's very nice. Now, my opponent has 4 mana right now. They could... Well, I guess they couldn't cast Utopia Sprawl and still have 4 mana. Ooh. I guess now they can cast Utopia Sprawl and still have 4 mana. But they have 2 cards in hand that I don't know about. They're going red for the Utopia Sprawl. So they've definitely got access to all of their stuff. Are they just gonna cast a Sowing Mycospawn far too early? Yeah. Okay, that's fine. We take those. That is an Eldrazi Temple. That card needs to go. That card needs to go. So I'm gonna start taking a couple of beats every turn here. That Profane Tutor is lovely. Love having that on suspend. I will pay the 2 life on this. I'm going to cast this Codex Shredder. I'm going to take that Karn the Great Creator off of the top of their deck. It is a forest. I'm not going to be seeing that Pyxis next turn anyway because of the Profane Tutor. Oh, but there's a Pithing Needle that I could get. But I don't even know what's in my opponent's hand yet. I'm just going to grab the Pyxis and I'm going to cast it. Now I'm going to F6. I'm going to take a little bit of a boop from this Sowing Mycospawn. And now I've got a lock going on. That is a forest. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. They could hardcast a Null Drifter here. I don't really... Do I want them having a Sowing Mycospawn? Sowing Mycospawn doesn't actually matter as much, since next turn I can cast this Ensnaring Bridge. They played their forest. I think I'm gonna let them have it. Yeah, I'll let them have it, and they got a forest underneath of it. Okay, so they've got a Sowing Mycospawn in hand. They cannot cast it this turn, but starting next turn, they can start nuking my lands. I have not seen a World Breaker. I'm going to take their Null Drifter out of their hand, out of the top of their deck. And that's an Urza Saga on top of mine. I would love to draw that, but I'm not convinced that drawing this Urza Saga is worth giving up on my Profane Tutor that's coming off of suspend. Now, I need to be extremely, extremely smart about what I get off of this Profane Tutor. So, if I get Necromentia off of this Profane Tutor, then I could... If I get Necromentia off this Profane Tutor, I could cast Necromentia, I could hit all of the World Breakers out of their deck, and I could actually check their deck for answers to a Resolved Ensnaring Bridge. I believe I would cast Necromentia now. I would take the hit off of the Null Drifter and the Sowing Mycospawn, possibly sacrifice my Lantern to Null Drifter, and then next turn, I would be able to hopefully line it up so that I draw a land, and then cast Ensnaring Bridge. I think I'm going to do that. Because if I Thoughtseize my opponent and I see a World Breaker in hand, then I'm going to cry. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Oh, it's a land anyway. Okay, this is fantastic news. And that is another land. That is exactly what I wanted to see. Oh, I need to choose my target first. That's fair. All right, Necromentia. Choose a card name other than a basic land card name. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with that name and exile them. That player shuffles, then creates a 2/2 black zombie creature token for each card exiled from their hand this way. They sided out? What on earth? Dude, what on earth is going on here? All right, so their outs to a Resolved Ensnaring Bridge are Karn the Great Creator, Beseiju Who Endures. And that's it. All of this other stuff I don't really care about. That's just amazing to me. They sided lower on World Breakers? Okay. So let's go ahead and take a screenshot here. Oops, that's not right. There we go. Okay. I'm going to... Wow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Hit me with your best shot. Do you have 12 mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh my god, they might actually have 12 mana. They might be able to hit 2 lands this turn. Kozilek's Return? Yeah, I left that. Oh, they left in Kozilek's Return. Yeah, I think my opponent doesn't know what they're doing. Which kind of sucks for them. And they have double Myco Spawn in hand. And I already forgot what else. Give me a second. Okay, so I had to note down my opponent's hand here. They played the Forest. They played the Sowing Myco Spawn. I don't think I care because I have another land lined up here. They're going to hit my Vamori Vault. That's fine. And yeah, they have another Sowing Myco Spawn lined up here. They're going to try and hit my lands, but I already have the Ensnaring Bridge in hand. Like, it just doesn't matter. Getting the running lands there was a really nice stroke of luck for me, I think. I think that they should have cast these Sowing Myco Spawns after combat so that they hope that my lock is a little bit weaker. Yeah, Sowing Myco Spawn is out. Now the biggest thing that I need to worry about is this freaking Kozilek's Command that they've got in hand here. So they still have a very real shot at this. They can look at the top 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 cards of their deck. That is a huge chunk of their deck. They can probably find something game-winning in there. So this game is certainly not over. Especially since I likely will have to sacrifice a Lantern here. I could sacrifice my Codex Shredder and keep the consistent information. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to sacrifice the Lantern. They have Utopia Sprawl on top of their deck. I'm just going to have to remember that. Alright, so I took a hit from the Null Drifter. I fell to 8. I'm now going to fetch down to 7. Grabbing this Swamp that's in my deck. And I'm going to slam an Ensnaring Bridge. And now my opponent needs to hit something good with their Kozilek's Command. Alright, Utopia Sprawl in hand. They're choosing not to cast it now. I don't know what's on top of my deck, so I'm not going to bother manipulating it. Discard spell. Urza Saga. I'll take it, I guess. That's a Malevolent Rumble, which is a good hit for them. They still have outs. They have Beseiju and they have Karn, which are both outs. Karn's not going to remain an out for much longer, and neither is Beseiju with this Urza Saga draw. That's very nice. But they get exactly 1 look here. But it's probably going to hit. Look how big this thing is. It's a Kozilek's Command for 11. I'm just surprised they didn't do this on their own turn. I feel like they succumbed to Instantitis. I'm going to probably mill this Malevolent Rumble in response. Just because Malevolent Rumble is a pretty big hit itself. Okay, do your worst. There's no way in hell that I don't lose this game. Even just finding Beseiju right now wins. Kozilek's Command is down. I don't know what they have in their hand. They just gotta find the game-winning spell right now. That's all they have to do. Just find the thing that wins the game. That is a Karn the Great Creator. Yeah, that'll do it. They'll get 1 draw with Karn. No, they'll get 2. And I'm going to exile with Pyxis in response here. Hoping to hit a Pithing Needle or something that'll let me hit a Pithing Needle. Yeah, that's not great. Okay, so Karn is down. They're going to reveal a land, an artifact of some type. And my opponent is at a very real risk of timing out here. Haywire Might. Yeah, that'll do it. Activated abilities of artifacts your opponents control can't be activated. I'm still going to make them play it out here, because I think I might win on time. Yeah, they're wasting precious seconds on their clock trying to activate this Haywire Might, and it's just not helping. Yeah, they could have done this last turn. They didn't need to wait for me to potentially draw a Thoughtseize to get all of this sorted. All right, going to declare blockers, burning another 3 seconds on that for some reason. Okay, and let's begin sideboarding. I feel like my sideboard plan was pretty damn good. I liked my sideboard plan. But is there something that can be done better? Nah, I'm happy with my sideboard plan. I'll keep it. I would like to be on the play, thank you. What does this hand do? This hand survives. That's what this hand does. I don't think that's good enough. I think I'm going to mulligan. This is a much better hand. I'm going to keep this, and I'm going to bottom the Mishra's Bauble. Yeah, I'm going to bottom the Mishra's Bauble. I will lead on an Underground Mortuary here. They started with 6 cards in hand. I'm going to play my... Wow, they just conceded the match. Oh, come on. Really? You hate playing against Lantern that much? That is the second opponent in a week that has just spite conceded the match. All right, win's a win. Put it on the board, and on to round 2. All right, we are on round 2 versus Nameless You. I will keep this hand that has lands and spells. This is a turn 1 Lantern off of an Urza Saga into Inquisition. And then I could possibly do something else. I'm not sure what yet. Underground Mortuary. They kept on top. Ensnaring Bridge wasn't the greatest draw. That wasn't the greatest draw for sure. It is a Solitude. Blooming Marsh is going to be a very good draw, though. I like Blooming Marsh on top of my deck. Interesting. All right, so this entire hand is... I wish I could take this Overlord of the Baelmerk. That would be great. I will instead take a Renegade Rallier. And I'm going to F6. And I'm just going to ram Ensnaring Bridges down my opponent's throat until they stop moving. I don't know what music y'all are listening to on the video. I kind of do that part a little bit differently than normal. But on the stream, we've got a nice little jazzy piano piece playing, and it perfectly encompasses my mood right now. Overlord of the Baelmerk is going to hit. And what are they going to get with it? They could get another Overlord of the Baelmerk if they wanted. Renegade Rallier, huh? Okay. This Birthing Ritual is going to be annoying. Blooming Marsh is going to come down and eat Ensnaring Bridge number 1. Birthing Ritual. They're not going to be able to land Birthing Ritual and activate it, or rather trigger it properly, before I can get a Grafdigger's Cage off this Urza Saga. So that's okay. Birthing Ritual hits, Marsh Flats hits. I will bobble, target myself, and I'm going to draw this Polluted Delta. They're fetching in response for some reason. All right, that's fine. Another Lantern. Oh, that's a Pithing Needle. I guess I don't need a Pithing Needle. What I need is a Grafdigger's Cage. And I feel like these bridges are going to keep me alive for a very long time. So I don't think that I need to be worried about... Oh, what's the word? I don't need to be worried about my opponent. What am I trying to think? What am I trying to say? I don't need to be worried about my opponent defeating what I'm doing right now because of the Grafdigger's Cage and all of that. I think I just need to be worried about protecting myself and with this Grafdigger's Cage, and eventually I'll find a Millrock. I'm gonna grab an Underground Mortuary here. That is eventually a Millrock. I'll keep it. And let's land Ensnaring Bridge number 2. Okay, we got a Solitude now. I'm just gonna F6 here. Underground Mortuary just coming in handy in so many random situations. They're evoking Solitude. What did they exile to do that? Voice of Resurgence? They're doing all of that just to bring back an Orcish Bowmasters. Oh wait, nope. That was a breeding pool that they brought back. All right, sure. Well, Grafdigger's Cage is going to stop their birthing ritual nonsense. Bottom of your library in a random order. All right, so I'm going to draw this Urza's Saga, and I'm going to play that, and I'm going to play out my hand. That Duress is a dead draw. That's fine. Hi, Yuki. How did your stream go? For the uninitiated, today is Yuki's birthday. So say happy birthday to Yuki. Yep, that's fine. All right, and next turn, Urza's Saga is going to pop. It's going to find us a Mill Rock, and we'll be in good shape. Yeah, that's fair. Moto is lagging pretty hard, so I do not blame you in the slightest for not playing. Fortunately for me, it seems like Moto is lagging harder for my opponents than it is for me for some reason. At least it was for my previous opponent. Ooh, actually, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. Okay. Just go ahead and grab a Pyxis and play Swamp and F6. Yeah, the art's being broken kind of sucks. You know what? I'm going to auto-yield to the Birthing Ritual triggers just because it doesn't matter. These Birthing Ritual triggers are hopefully going to consume a ton of time off of my opponent's block. That was weird. Twinning twins, huh? I'm gonna remove my upkeep stop. F6, F6, F6. Get your F6 equity here. Daybreak ideally would need to fix their program, but it's more of a suggestion than an actual rule. All right. Second Urza's Saga is very nice here. Let's see if my opponent fetches. They did not fetch. Gonna go ahead and F6 again. I am going to take that name, that Overlord of the Balemark there. Exile target non-token creature. Return it at the beginning of the next end step. I think I will hit that actually, because I don't want to deal with them flickering the Overlord. Like, them flickering Overlord is one of the ways that they break out of this lock. That is a Skyclave Apparition. I have 1, 2, 3 Ensnaring Bridges, 1, 2, 3 Lanterns, and a two Pyxis in the play. Oh, but I have a Grafdigger's Cage that needs to be protected. Yeah, that's okay. You can have a Voice of Resurgence. They're gonna fetch here. And I'm not allowing them to have anything good in their graveyard. So Renegade Rallier is actually perfectly fine. Yeah, I'm just going to fetch up a Pyxis now. There's a Pyxis. Shardless Agent is definitely a no-go. So I will exile here. Flicker Wisp is a no-go. Voice is fine. Go ahead and let them get all of their Birthing Ritual triggers out of the way. For some reason, the auto-yield on this isn't working, so I'm just having to manually click through. Let's see what's on top of their deck here. Flooded Strand, that's fine. All right, let's go ahead and cast this Codex Shredder. Did I not F6? Apparently I didn't F6. All right. We are a steady 2 minutes behind the opponent here, which is not great. Yeah, they can't get anything decent back with this Renegade Rallier. They're just burning time casting this Voice of Resurgence. Another Renegade Rallier? Okay. Getting back all of their fetch lands. Like, I guess that's fine. Gaining time on them because of that. Name of the game here is just complete patience. And lots of clicking if you can't hear it. I am going to try and end this game now, though. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Okay. I'm going to leave a little bit open for my opponent's fetch lands here. Nice. All right, and we're good. Okay, and they conceded the game. Wow, that was something, huh? Okay, so my opponent is on some sort of creature... I don't know, just creatures. They have lots of creatures. They have lots of creatures everywhere. Is the Meathook Massacre going to be good enough? Let me think. They have Skyclave Apparition, they have Renegade Rallier, they have Orcish Bowmaster, they have Witch Enchanter, they have Solitude. I don't know. Meathook Massacre on X equals 2 seems like it could be very good at mopping up a board. but I'm not sure I'm gonna have enough stuff to get rid of. Did I see any decent pithing needle targets that entire time? I don't believe I did. I think I'm safe siding out one pithing needle, and I'll side out an Underworld cookbook as well. The rest seems exceptionally bad. And this does make room for 3 meat hook massacres. Is that the best way to be approaching this matchup, though? I could just side in 2 Assassin's Trophies and a Thoughtseize instead. Yeah, I think I'll try that. I'll try that and see what happens. This hand is a keep. I'll keep this. No lock, but it's got a Thoughtseize and it's got discard. It's got, wow. It's got a discard and it's got 2 ensnaring bridges in hand, and the onus will be on my opponent to answer that. I'm gonna put that in upkeep, stop back. And I will Thoughtseize them on my turn 1. That is an Inquisition. I changed my mind. I'm going to Inquisition them. All right. And that's what they kept. Yeah, that's what they kept. Okay, I guess they were counting on just drawing threats, which I suppose is a reasonable strategy. Well, they drew something. But I'm going to be stripping that Force of Vigor out of their hand shortly. Go ahead and Thoughtseize them again. Shardless Agent, huh? Yeah, I'll take the Force of Vigor here. Okay, Force of Vigor is down, and I am going to do one of these. I think I want that Assassin's Trophy. So I am going to play my fetch land. I'm going to draw the Assassin's Trophy. What card do they have in hand that's extra here? I think they played a Flooded Strain. I think that was it. Okay. And now I get to fetch my Surveil land once again. They're just going to start putting in value. They hit an Orcish Bowmasters. Bit late for that Orcish Bowmasters. I already drew the card that I wanted to draw. All right, let's go ahead and fetch that Surveil land here. I don't think I want the Mox Opal. All right, and I don't think I'm going to slam in the Snaring Bridge quite yet. I'm just going to play out my Codex Shredder, and I'm going to hold open this Assassin's Trophy. Shardless Agent is down, Hollowed Fountain is down. White Orchid Phantom, huh? And they're taking the Mycosynth Gardens. I will use it. Come on, yes, there we go. And I'm going to grab a basic swamp here. Witch Enchanter still in hand. That is a Flooded Strand, so now they've only got 1 unknown in hand, and it's Witch Enchanter plus something else. Maybe I did want that, maybe I did want that Mox Opal. Oh, jeez, maybe I did want the Mox Opal. All right, Ensnaring Bridge number 1. Because now I'm in a position to where I can't empty my hand next turn unless I draw either a 0-drop or a land. Here's the Witch Enchanter. That's fine. Just gonna F6 here. Witch Enchanter is gone. They're gonna swing in for 4. Come on, Urza Saga, Lantern of Insight, something like that, please. Heck, I'll even take a Mox Opal at this point. The Mimeoplasm is back in Ether Drift? Oh, that's an Inquisition. Yeah, I will actually fire that off now. It's another Witch Enchanter. Okay, well, I can't beat second Witch Enchanter. Because what's going to happen is, well, I guess I could top deck a 3rd Ensnaring Bridge, but it's not looking good. Ooh, Sultai X spell for the Mimeoplasm. That's pretty cool. I think I would like that. I don't know if I'm going to ever actually play with it, but, you know. All right, Ensnaring Bridge off the top row, and it's a Thoughtseize. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and concede the game and begin sideboarding. And this is definitely going to be a game 3. I have 14 minutes to win game 3, so I don't think I'm going to worry about that too much. I am glad that I brought in those Thoughtseizes, though. If that Inquisition had been a Thoughtseize and I had drawn them the other way, then we would have had a game on our hands. If that Assassin's Trophy had been a Meat Hook Massacre, then I would have been in a slightly better shape, but it wouldn't have actually helped. I think I really want to keep in the Assassin's Trophies to surgically remove bounce targets and get rid of their birthing rituals. This hand is a choice. This hand is a choice. I'm going to choose to keep it. My opponent is mulliganing. Mulligan hard. Mulligan hard. Come on. Mull to 5. Mull to 4. Mull to 3. Mull to 2. Mold a 1. Nah, they mold a 6. All right, well, let's go ahead and take their Force of Vigor. Ooh. Oh, that's certainly something. Renegade Rallier cannot hit things with mana value greater than 2, so it can't hit the Skyclave Apparition. But this Emperor of Bones is a problem. I could just take the thing that comes down the soonest, or I could just take the Skyclave and then they just Emperor of Bones it back. Twinning Twins is going to reset their Emperor of Bones. This is a very good 6. How do I best absorb this? I have 3 Ensnaring Bridges. They need to get through 3 Ensnaring Bridges. Skyclave plus Twins lets them get through 2 Ensnaring Bridges. Emperor of Bones only lets them get through 1 if they have a Skyclave. Oh, but they could Emperor of Bones something back with the bring back the Skyclave, and then they could Twins on the Skyclave, which would keep it in play. I think taking Emperor of Bones is just incorrect, because they could just get that back with Renegade Rallier really easily. So I think I will take the Skyclave here. I don't know if this is correct or not, but that was a really, really interesting decision. Huh. Oh, actually, you know what I could do? I could play Lantern, see if I like the top card of my deck, and it's a Force of Vigor. I'm gonna play out my fetch land, and I'm gonna see if my opponent fetches. They did not, so I'd have to sacrifice my Lantern to take their Force of Vigor. I'll do that. I have a Pithing Needle on top of my deck. It was a Swamp from hand, which I didn't know about. And costs. What are you casting? Nothing, apparently. Alright, so they took a Thoughtseize out of my library. I will go ahead and drop this Pithing Needle on Emperor of Bones, and I'm going to F6. And this is how my opponent gets out of this, by the way, is I'm giving them a ton of uncontrolled draws. Flooded Strand is, once again, another land I didn't know about, though. But at least the Surveil land is being useful again. Here they can play a Renegade Rallier and get something back. Like a fetch land, maybe? Looks like that's what they're doing. Alright. It is time for Surveil land. Come on, Surveil land. Let's go. I will bin the Profane Tutor. That's just too slow. I need a land right now. I need to not die to their creatures. Ancient Stirrings will find something. Oh, that is an Urza Saga. That is a very good draw. We take those. And now there's a chance that I don't even need to cast these Ensnaring Bridges quite yet. Siege Rhino is a vehicle, Yuki. The memes are real. Oh, that's a White Orchid Phantom. Oh, man. Well, it's a good thing that I have all these Ensnaring Bridges in my hand. Yeah, I will use the ability. I will grab a basic Swamp. That sucks. Why'd they shock that in? I guess they might be trying to use their Twinning Twins here. Okay, so Polluted Delta is the draw. I'll go ahead and play that out. And I'm still very much in the needing to empty my hand phase of the game. Geez, that White Orchid Phantom is just brutal, though. They're just going to take over here. I can feel it. They're going to take over the game, and I'm going to lose this match. Yeah, that's an Overlord of the Failmark. Okay, so they're going to... Oh, yeah, they're going to get their Skyclave Apparition back. That's not good. Yeah. That's going to hit my Ensnaring Bridge. I'm just going to fetch now. So what's going to happen is they're going to Emperor of Bones... Not Emperor of Bones. They're going to cast Twinning Twins and blink the Skyclave Apparition next turn. And then I'm going to be SOL. Or I can just top deck the land that I need and play out Ensnaring Bridges all day. And then hopefully eventually do something. That's probably not going to happen, though. I have a feeling that I'm going to lose this. I just had no lock this game in the slightest. No lock at all. Flicker Wisp will hit one Ensnaring Bridge. Nope, it's going to hit the Skyclave Apparition. That's fine. I'm going to get a 3/3 Illusion. Alright, well that was one hit. And now this Twinning Twins is actually going to do some damage. I'm going to go ahead and play this out, but I'm going to make them do it. They win the game right here and the match, but I am going to make them do it. You know, right here it would be very nice to... It would be very nice to have a Meat Hook Massacre. And that birthing ritual is just completely unchecked. Sacrificing a white orchid phantom to their birthing ritual to get a Kentucky Horse page. Alright, sure. I didn't even bother creating the token, it's just gonna die anyway. Opal can pay for itself. Yeah, I'll pay for all of my stuff. Yeah, this got out of control very, very quickly. I just didn't have a lock when I needed one. Oh, sure. This is gonna eat up a ton of my time. Okay. Yeah, Meat Hook Massacre would be very good right here. Go ahead and grab a Lantern of Insight. Ah, there's that fourth ensnaring bridge. How lovely. All right. Well, they have a collector oof in their yard. Yeah, here they go. All right, so they managed to do all of that. I'm just gonna F6. I'm gonna let them do what they like. All they have to do is poke me with this or, you know, anything really. Yeah, all they needed to attack with was the Flicker Wisp. Okay, and that's game. So we lost that game, even though we had 3 ensnaring bridges in our hand, because there was no lock in the hand. There was no lock at all. That hand would probably have been a lot better if one of the bridges was a Thoughtseize, and the other one of the bridges was a Lantern of Insight. But no lock means no way to control our opponent's engines, means that they can get online whatever they want, and it just doesn't matter. So let this be a lesson for anyone who's trying to play this deck. Those 3 ensnaring bridge hands look really good, but they don't actually end up being very good. All right, well, I'll go ahead and start up round 3. We are on round 3 versus a Hubbard. Hi, Hubbard. I will play against you on the play with this hand. This hand needs a discard spell, but it has a way to dig for Ensnaring Bridge, which is very nice. And the double lantern will help out quite a bit, I think. At least it'll give me a bit of a hedge if my Pyxis ends up falling short. My opponent has mulled to 6. They're keeping 6 here. I will go ahead and just turn 1 lantern. That is a Thoughtseize. That's half of the puzzle that I need here. Interesting. Ether Vial, huh? They want that Ether Vial. They want that Ether Vial. Is this an energy brew of some sort? I don't know. I'm gonna play out my Pyxis. I'm going to cast Mox Opal. And I'm going to Thoughtseize my opponent here. Huh. Oh. Oh, well that sucks for me. So I can't actually take them off of lands here. I'm gonna need to find an answer to this Witch Enchanter somehow. And, Yeah, regardless of what I do here, they have the ability to cast Overlord of the Baelmerk next turn. I can't take them off of lands. Geez, this is a rough hand for me, actually. This is a really rough hand. How do I attack this hand? I'm not sure. I can't even take them off of their lands because they can just get their lands back with Overlord. I think I take the Overlord. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Overlord. I don't like that, though. Already feeling behind. Emperor of Bones. Do I take this? This Emperor of Bones is going to be able to exile their Overlord. Oh, well, they just binned it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Solitude. Yeah, that Fatal Push. Where was that Fatal Push? Come on. Fatal Push should have, you know, been in your hand instead of this Witch Enchanter or this Recruiter of the Guard or something. Oh, well. We deal with the hands that we've got, not the ones that we want to have. I feel like I need at least one more piece of discard before I can effectively punch a hole in my opponent's plan, though. Oh my god. They played the Witch Enchanter as a land. And they're going to hold up Orcish Bowmasters? Deal. Deal. Absolutely. That's a deal. You got it. Huh. Now, what do I do here? I guess I could have held up this land. I really badly want another discard spell. I don't think I need to land Ensnaring Bridge yet. I think I'm going to play out... I could Stirrings for something here. If I find another Mill Rock with this Stirrings, then it's good. I did not. I just found another Lantern. And there's the Thoughtseize that I really wanted. Oh, but there's another Thoughtseize on top of my deck. Okay, this is fine. All right. And with this, I believe we are in good shape. They're going to cast their Orcish Bowmasters. And then next turn, they can bolt in their Boggart Trawler, or they can cast their White Orchid Phantom. Don't know what they're doing yet. They're going to swing first. Are they going to bolt this in? They are bolting it in. And whatever they grab off of this Recruiter of the Guard, I'm just going to Thoughtseize away. Boggart Trawler is down as well. So their hand is White Orchid Phantom, Solitude, Fatal Push, and whatever they decide to grab off this Recruiter. Not going to lie, though, these matchups feel like they're an uphill battle. Flicker Wisp? I don't care about Flicker Wisp. Godless Shrine is perfectly fine as well. All right, so Thoughtseize you, take that Flicker Wisp, play out my Lantern, and I'm going to hold this Ensnaring Bridge in hand. I'm going to take a boop here for 3, and then what? Are they going to play out their White Orchid Phantom? Hit my Blooming Marsh? If that's the case, then I'm just going to, eat it. If they do nothing here, then I just slam Ensnaring Bridge. Probably shouldn't F-Zero right now. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm going to fetch with this Polluted Delta. I am going to grab an Underground Mortuary. Yeah, actually, I'll keep a Blooming Marsh. That's fine. Okay, and we are in decent shape now. Okay, we're in good shape. That Pithing Needle is going straight on Emperor of Bones. And they can see the game. Okay, so my opponent knows what they're doing. Unfortunately, I don't. I don't know what I'm doing. Duress comes out. Grafdigger's Cage. Yeah, I think that comes out. And Underworld Cookbook comes out. And that's kind of the sort of setup that I had last time. Now I can bring in Thoughtseize, which I think is definitely correct to do. Did they see a Birthing Ritual? Oh, I might have seen a Birthing Ritual. If I did, then this is bad. No, they didn't have green. Yeah, they didn't fetch a green land that entire time. It was just white and black. Okay, so that makes it a little bit easier for me. I don't think I need this Pithing Needle. And I think I need my Mox Opals, though. Do I want to bring in something like a Meat Hook Massacre? I'm going to try one. All right, I'm going to try one, and I'm going to see how that feels. Wow, this is a hand. My opponent can play an Ether Vial into something. I think I'm going to keep it. I see a lot of risks with this hand, but maybe there's no risks. Maybe my opponent doesn't turn 1 Ether Vial into turn 2 White Orchid Phantom and just completely wreck my day. That's an Ensnaring Bridge. That makes this hand much better. Mishra's Bauble, I actually will keep on top, because that's going to turn on my Mox Opal and let me double discard next turn. And Ensnaring Bridge does not need to come down right away. All right. Well, I will... Actually, I'm going to lead on the Thoughtseize. They're going to play out an Orcish Bowmasters here. That's a Watery Grave? Uh-oh. I didn't see that. There's a Felia? Jeez, dude. Jeez. All right. Good thing I've got 3 friggin' discard spells. Let's take your Overlords, I guess. Overlord. That's what I'm going to be taking here. All right. Thoughtseize number 2. Take that second Overlord. Wow, that was wild. Oh, no, I didn't play my Urza Saga. Oh, that is a misplay if I've ever seen one. Ooh, that was pretty big. That was a big deal. I should have played out that Urza Saga. Oh, I should have played out that Urza Saga. I would have had a Construct this next turn. Dang, that's just a misplay right there. At the beginning of the next end step. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Okay, that's fine. I don't think I want cards right now. Oh, geez, that sucked so badly. All right, play out the Urza Saga. And now I can thought seize them to take that consign to memory if I want to. Flicker Wisp is target non-land permanent, right? No, it's not. Target permanent. Okay. So I think I will actually thought seize them now. And I'm going to take the Flicker Wisp. Jeez, dude. Okay, let's see how many bad draws my opponent can get. And I think wow, words are hard. I think here, maybe I should have actually activated Mishra's Bauble targeting my opponent so that I can keep track of their hand while waiting for this Urza Saga to pop. They clearly drew something to think about. I'm gonna let that Mishra's Bauble go. I am at 10. All right. Target you with this Mishra's Bauble. That is an Arid Mesa on top of your deck? All right, that's fine. Another Mishra's Bauble. Well, that was a good draw for me. And I will Inquisition my opponent using the Mox Opal. At this point, I think I'm going to pivot to Urza's Saga. They're going to vial something in. A Recruiter of the Guard. They're going to grab a Witch Enchanter. Yeah, I think they might grab a Witch Enchanter. If they grab a Witch Enchanter, then this is going to suck because it's going to blank my Inquisition. They grabbed an Orcish Bowmasters. Okay, I'm fine with this, but I don't know what's on top of their deck anymore. I'm going to take that consign to memory. Honestly, here, I think I'm just going to play out my Ensnaring Bridge. And I'm not going to allow that Feliet to attack. And I'm going to see what they draw. Am I going to see what they draw? Yeah, I'm going to see what they draw. I could use the card anyway. I'm just going to have to take a risk that it's not double land. Ephemerate, you kidding me? For cereal. Oh, man, that Ephemerate's going to suck. Come on, shuffle your deck for no reason. Dang it. Yeah, that Ephemerate sucks. Not going to lie, that Ephemerate really, really sucks. Yep. Do your worst. I survived all of that just to get hit with an Ephemerate. Skyclave Apparition. Yeah, that's reasonable. Okay, Skyclave Apparition is going to hit. Jeez, dude. That's nasty. Oh, and they're going to be able to blink their stuff. Do I need a Torpor Orb in my sideboard or something? Jeez. I only have so many spots. All right, Recruiter of the Guard is going to enter. They're going to grab a Witch Enchanter, and then I'm going to be SOL. That is a Flicker Wisp. Maybe I'm not SOL. Still very much dead, though. Don't get me wrong. Still very much dead here. All right. That is a Codex Shredder and a Polluted Delta. Ephemerate, man. I just needed to fade one draw. Okay. Well, it happens. Let's go ahead and start sideboarding again. The fact that they have blue just for consign to memory worries me a bit. But I think that the 8 discard spells are still okay for that. Assassin's Trophies? Assassin's Trophy would have been good in that situation, maybe. Maybe not. Do I need 3 of them? My opponent's not on the Birthing Ritual build. I think I'm going to side out 1 trophy and I'm going to bring in another Meat Hook Massacre. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I will be on the play with this hand. Nut draws are nice. I like nut draws. I like nut draws. Lantern, Flooded Strand on top of their deck, which means that I don't need to worry about it. Oop, wrong color. So used to holding down W for my lands. Oh my god, but they had an equally good hand. Actually, no, this hand isn't that good. I just take the Wrath of the Skies, right? Yeah, I'm gonna take the Wrath of the Skies. That's the thing that they can't really get back. All right, Wrath of the Skies is down. I'm going to F6 here. Flooded Strand in their hand. And I think here I might actually just try and do a quick kill with Urza Saga. Skyclave Apparition hits non-land, non-token permanents, which is important. Ether Vial is down. Marsh Flats is down. Okay. I've got an Ensnaring Bridge on top of my deck, but I'm not actually convinced that's what I want to do. I think I'm going to try and quick kill them. Yeah, they don't really have anything in their hand that can handle a quick kill. I took the Wrath of the Skies already. And I'm going to grab a Pithing Needle for this Ether Vial. Okay, Flooded Strand is down. I might not even grab a Pithing Needle for the Ether Vial. I'm not sure yet. But I am definitely going for the quick kill. I think that this is the best way to do this. They can flash in a Felia, which is what their plan probably is here. They're just going to let this happen. Wow, they're just letting this happen. I think it's still probably correct to grab the Pithing Needle for Ether Vial here. Although that would not... Actually, I am grabbing a Pithing Needle. It's just, what am I naming with it? Do I name the Flooded Strand? Or do I name the Watery Grave? Is that Mishra's Bauble, the card that's on top of my deck? I have a Thoughtseize in hand. So, I could name Flooded Strand, and then next turn cast Thoughtseize, take the, I don't know, like a Skyclave Apparition or something out of their hand. I think I'm going to go for the Flooded Strand. I think I'm going to go for it. Okay. Yeah, that's something that I can do. All right. You're taking this 6, whether you like it or not. And this turn, I actually have the initiative here. Not the real initiative, but you know. Wow, that consigned memory is way too late. But I can Thoughtseize them before attacking. And what will that accomplish? That will allow me to put them in kind of a Zugzwang. They would need to vial in their Felia, but then I could take Ephemerate. Okay, that's fine. And next turn, I can play Shredder. Wow, these nut draws are great. I just want to say, like, Lantern Control has nut draws. And I've just got 2 6/6s in play. And it's my opponent's 3rd turn. They've already taken a hit, and they need to figure something out with what they've got. Honestly, even if they had Wrath of the Skies in hand right now, Wrath of the Skies is double white, and they don't have double white. I'm still glad I took Wrath of the Skies, but, you know. It's all thanks to this Mox Opal, by the way. Watery Grave is entering tapped! Let's go! Yeah, Overlord of the Balemark is just too slow. Yeah, go ahead. Mill 2 cards, mill 4 cards, whatever. Another Ether Vial, huh? Interesting. What do I even take here now? They got Consigned to Memory on top of their deck. Let's go ahead and play out this Thoughtseize. I think that Consigned to Memory will be the last card they draw. Because even here, they can Ether Vial in their Felia in a desperate attempt to not die. But I'm going to swing in with 2 creatures. They're going to fall to 4. They're going to draw Consigned to Memory. Huh. What do I do here? Oh, yeah. Ephemerate is just a dead card right now. I'm going to take the Skyclave Apparition. That's just another... Oh, actually, it might not even matter. I'm going to take the Skyclave Apparition anyway. Okay. Oh, wait. No, I play out the Codex Shredder. They fall to 3. And then I say, good fucking luck. Oh, man. Wow. Look at that. Nut draws, everybody. Lantern Control has nut draws, and it's thanks to Mox Opal. Oh my god. Turn 1 Urza Saga into swinging for 16 on turn 4. Just put my opponent in way too much trouble. And the Pithing Needle was really good too. That Pithing Needle on their fetch land, they should have cracked their fetch. If they hadn't cracked their if they had cracked their fetch, then I would have just put it on Ether Vial. Like, that would have just been really easy. Like, I was still grabbing a Pithing Needle there for whatever. It was just, do I put it on Flooded Strand or do I put it on Ether Vial? Oh, we do be smacking people around, Yuki. We do be doing that. Guide of Souls and Underworld Breach getting hit in the bans. Like, I know you want to get it, you want those things to be banned. I'm just happy that we have Mox Opal unbanned. Like, I'm just, oh man, it's like I'm playing some weird mishmash between new Magic and old Magic here. But anyway, on to round 4. Okay, we are on the play in round 5 versus Fish Sauce. I'll be on the play with this hand. This is a perfectly serviceable hand. This is a good hand. Let's go ahead and keep in line with best practices and cast Thoughtseize on turn 1. As much as I don't want to be disciplined, oh dear God. Uh-huh. Dear God. Now, what do I take with this? I think I take the Goblin Bombardment. And this way, I only have to worry about a Johnny. And they would also need to spend 2 cards to flip a Johnny over 2 turns. So they would be able to flip him earliest on turn 3, and it wouldn't even be that good. Yeah, I'll take the Goblin Bombardment. But that's definitely not the sort of hand that I want to see. Well, I guess it's not the sort of hand that I want to see. It's fine. I can probably absorb it. I need to hit a Pithing Needle for a Johnny, and I need to hit an Ensnaring Bridge at some point. I'm going to play out a basic Swamp. I'm going to play my Lantern of Insight. And that is a Thraben Charm, which I actually don't care about. Assassin's Trophy would also handle a Johnny. So, let's just see what happens here. Ooh, that is a second Johnny. They kept it on top, which means that if I wanted to deal with a Johnny, then, they can just play a Johnny into a Johnny and flip that way. I think Assassin's Trophy is no longer what I'm looking for. I need a Pithing Needle. Marsh Flats they knew about. What kind of pizza are you gonna get, Yuki? I know that when I'm getting pizza, I almost always go to Costco. Costco's really good. They're just, you can't beat that. Oh, they found another freaking Goblin Bombardment. Okay, well, I need this Assassin's Trophy now. Wow, that Thoughtseize bug, literally the Thoughtseize bug there. Okay, that's fine. Oh, that is an Ensnaring Bridge, which I pretty badly want. I think I'm just going to be disciplined and play out the Fomori Vault. And I'm going to let them draw the Marsh Flats. Now, this Assassin's Trophy is open face in my hand. That isn't a Johnny. You know what I could do? I could let this resolve, and then Assassin's Trophy the Goblin Bombardment in response. I'm going to do that. I'm going to give them the opportunity to make this mistake. They did not make the mistake. All right. All right, so a Johnny is down. And now, notably, they can zero this as much as they like, but it's not going to actually deal damage to me quite yet. Oh, it'll start dealing damage to me next turn, though. Oh, this sucks. Wow, they can already play that off of the land that I gave them with Assassin's Trophy. Okay. If they have the big brain, then they could +2 it, but they did not +2 it. They just made an unholy number of cat tokens here. All right, well, I like everyone's top deck, so I am going to lay out this Verdant Catacombs, and I think I'm just going to land Ensnaring Bridge, and I'm going to use my Surveil land here. I don't need to go digging with Ancient Stirrings quite yet. And I'm going to take a hit from this Ajani, sure. Sacred Foundry in hand now. But I think I can handle 1 hit. Here's a Seasoned Pyromancer. Or perhaps it's Flage. Nope, that's Seasoned Pyromancer. Okay. Seasoned Pyromancer is going to hit. They're going to draw Blooded Strand and... what else? What are they going to be able to sneak past my lock? An Ocelot Pride. Okay, that's fine. And they discarded Flage and Thraben Charm. That's fine. All right, and now I need an answer to this Ajani. I need something. Okay, Ocelot Pride is down. Flooded Strand is down. They didn't gain life this turn. I don't need to activate this Pyxis yet. Well, they're not going to be drawing that Arid Mesa anyway, so I'm going to activate the Pyxis. And then I'm going to fetch with Verdant Catacombs. That's a Pithing Needle. That's exactly what I wanted, actually. Okay, so let's go ahead and play out this Pithing Needle. Yeah, that's fine. Goblin Bombardment onto top of their deck, huh? They have to keep that on top. They did keep that on top. Well, I'm going to answer the Ajani that's in play now. The Nakatl Avenger. And I am going to exile first, because I need to exile anyway. Galvanic Discharge. Do I care about this? I don't believe so. I will fetch down to 9. I will grab my Surveil land. I'm going to maximize the amount of selection that I'm getting. I do not want another Ancient Stirrings on top of my deck. Put into my graveyard. Have I played a land this turn? I don't know. I'm not going to grab a land. if I don't find a 1-drop, I'm just gonna fail to find. Yeah. Oh, but I really want that Urza Saga. Turn 5. I cast Pithing Needle. I named a Johnny. I activated Pyxis. I activated Catacombs. I haven't played a land. I'm going to grab the Urza Saga. All right. Okay. And now we are fine. Galvanic Discharge. There's nothing that I want to do here. They can flage me down to 6. They can then discharge their own flage, and then they can bring me down to 3. This is kind of scary, not gonna lie. Setting up the guardrails and then just letting Boros energy just go free. That's kind of terrifying. All right, let's go ahead and spin this for Mori Vault. I will grab the Underworld Cookbook, actually. All right, that's going to happen. And now I have a way to beat Flage activations. All right, Flooded Strand. I'm not going to keep track of cards that don't matter. Oh, and they conceded the game. All right, writing on the wall for that one. Okay, well, we've actually won 4 out of our 4 game 1s. This is nice. Not going to lie, it's kind of nice. But there's still an uphill battle to be had. Meat Hook Massacres are in the sideboard specifically for this matchup. Duress is not very good here. And honestly, Thoughtseizes are kind of on the chopping block. Grafdigger's Cage is a controversial removal. It only handles Flage, though. And the Meat Hook Massacre is going to help out with life gain anyway. I think I'm going to side out Grafdigger's Cage here. I'm not siding out any number of needles, and I'm not siding out my Underworld Cookbook. Those both are staying in the deck. And after all of this, we've just got the 3 Thoughtseizes. So I'm going to take the 3 Thoughtseizes out, and I'm going to instead bring in 2 Nature's Claims. So what this is it's -1 Duress, -3 Thoughtseize, and -1 Grafdigger's Cage, and I'm bringing in 3 Meat Hook Massacres and 2 Nature's Claims. I kind of like this little sideboarding plan that I've got here. Siding out Grafdigger's Cage is again a bit contentious, but I feel like between Meat Hook Massacre, the Underworld Cookbook, and the 4 Pyxis in my deck, just making it so that their graveyard is empty, I think I have a decent shot here. I'll go ahead and submit this deck. I'm going to be on the draw for the second game, and let's just see what happens. Ugh. I can't keep this. I can't keep that. Oh, jeez. Am I just gonna get buried? Can I keep this? I would bottom, what, a Stirrings? And then I just die to a turn 1 Ocelot Pride? I can't do it. All right. Geez, what do we even get rid of out of this hand? I'm gonna get rid of Trophy, because it's gonna be awkward to cast, and I'm going to get rid of a fetch land. I'm not happy with this hand, though. Just for the record, I'm not happy with this hand. And my opponent has kept 7. Is this going to be a Ragavan? Yep, that's Ragavan. That's not good. Mishra's Bauble, huh? Do I play Urza Saga on turn 1? If I rip a Mox Opal, then that's very good for me. I don't think so. I think I'm going to cast a Mishra's Bauble, and I'm going to look at the top of my deck. That's an Ensnaring Bridge. I most certainly want that. Fortunately, I already activated the Bauble, so I'm going to be drawing it. I'm going to play out my Delta, and I'm going to fetch a Surveil land with it. It's at moments like these where I wish that I still had the Blood Chief's Thirst in my deck. Just booping that Ragavan turn 1 would have been very nice. I am fetching this Underground Mortuary a lot, by the way. Yeah, you can have a Blooming Marsh, that's fine. They did not keep a 1-land hand. They kept a 2-lander, at least. So the Ragavan boop wouldn't have actually slowed them down all that much. Double red for a Goblin Bombardment. That's why I held the Pithing Needle. Okay. We've got a shot at something here. A shot at something resembling stability. Oh, jeez. Louisel. Lord. Oh, man. I think I'm going to take the Static Prison. Wrath of the Skies would wipe their board as well as my board, but Static Prison can be answered with another Ensnaring Bridge, whereas Wrath of the Skies can't. I would need specifically another Inquisition. This is tricky. Not going to lie, this is quite tricky. I think I'm going to experiment here. I think I'm going to take the Static Prison. Yeah, I'm going to experiment. I don't know if this is correct or not, but let's find out together. They could Wrath for X equals 0 or X equals 1 this turn. If they Wrath for X equals 0, then I lose my Urza's Saga, and that's it. If they Wrath for X equals 1, then I also lose my Pithing Needle, but they also lose their Ragavan. That actually might be preferable to them. They hit the Underworld Cookbook. That's not good. Now they can play out their Ajani. I don't think they are, though. I think they're trying to cast Wrath of the Skies here. Oh, nope, they're playing out Ajani. Okay. And now they can cast Wrath of the Skies? They can flip Ajani immediately? Oh, they're not doing it. Well, I'm going to cycle this Mishra's Bauble here. Marsh Flats is on top of their deck. If I draw Mox Opal into Inquisition of Kozilek, I'm going to be a very happy camper. Instead, I draw Codex Shredder into Nature's Claim. Okay, that's fine. Nature's Claim would have been very good against Static Prison, not gonna lie. Alright. Well, I'm going to put them in check. They can answer this Ensnaring Bridge with that Wrath of the Skies at the expense of everything. Marsh Flats. I think here that the correct thing to put Wrath of the Skies on is X equals 1. They just haven't done it yet. Mishra's Bauble is what they hit. They cast it. And now they're doing Wrath of the Skies for X equals 1. Okay. They just let the Mishra's Bauble go. So Wrath of the Skies is out of their hand. That was the big thing that I was worried about. Marsh Flats is down. I'm still quite vulnerable here, but I'm not as vulnerable as I thought I would be. I know their hand in its Arena of Glory, so I'm going to play out this Codex Shredder, and I'm going to F6 here. Yuki, you're getting a sponsorship payout? You're taking sponsors on your Twitch stream? I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Oh, they kept their card on top. And we all know what that means. Ah, it's a Flage anyway. All right, yeah, I don't really care about second Flage in the yard, I think. All right, they're casting something big here. It looks like it might be a Flage. I am taking steady damage from this Ajani here. That's not to be completely ignored. Oof. Yeah, this is gonna suck. I need to find a Pithing Needle for this Ajani fast. Oh, I should have Nature's claimed the friggin' Goblin Bombardment in response. Oh, come on. What am I doing? Dreamer brain. Well, good for you, Yuki. I'm glad that you're actually making a profit off of what you're doing. That's the... I know the dream for everybody is to be able to stream or make videos and stuff and, you know, do things like be able to have that support the rest of your life. So you don't also have to have an awkward second job that, you know, you actually have to use to, you know, keep your life going. Speaking of keeping my life going, I'm not doing a terribly good job of it right now. There's nothing that they can Arena of Glory in that can attack me with one card in my hand. Codex Shredder is not it. All right. Yeah, that is game. Unfortunate. The Wrath of the Skies was the pick. I should have fought through the Static Prison. That's okay. That's okay. I learned my lesson with that, I think. I still like the sideboard plan, so I'm going to keep the sideboard plan. Okay, here we go. Round 3. I am on the play. Let's hopefully not mold a 5 with this. Oh, jeez, dude. Just come on. Can I keep this? I feel like my hand's just gonna get so full so quickly. No, I can't keep it. Well, the punish. I'm going to bottom Ancient Stirrings. And here is a Urza Saga on 1, because it's going to grab Mox Opal. Yeah, there's an Ensnaring Bridge. Elegant Parlor. Jeez, dude. And that Stony Silence is just going to come off the top of their deck, and it's just going to completely wreck my day. I can't keep it up there. Ensnaring Bridge is the draw. I have a Mox Opal on top of my deck, which is nice. But now I need to skill shot this Pithing Needle, which is not fun. Yeah, this hand was just, it just was not a good hand. Yeah, I'm going to shuffle them now. I have a Mox Opal on top of my deck. I don't know what's on top of theirs. I'm going to cast this Mishra's Bauble, and I'm going to take a peek. Maybe give myself a little more information for this Pithing Needle. That is a Marsh Flats. That's not that much information. Oh, I needed to not pop that Mishra's Bauble for Mox Opal's artifact count. Dang it. All right. All right, well, that was a misplay. Now I'm going to play out this Pithing Needle, which is likely another misplay. And I'm going to cry. All right, so they have Marsh Flats in their hand now. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't matter that I got rid of the Mishra's Bauble because the artifact off the Urza Saga is going to help me. So Elegant Parlor has hit play. They kept the card on top. They're going to hit me with 1. And they're going to trigger their Ocelot Pride here. Okay. Another Mox Opal, huh? All right, so now I think I might actually grab a Mill Rock here. I'm going to grab a Pyxis of Pandemonium. I'm going to cast this Mox Opal. I am going to cast this other Mox Opal. I'm going to keep the untapped one. Practice. Practice, practice, practice. Let's go ahead and cast this Inquisition of Kozilek. Jeez, dude. Yeah, this is why you don't blind name things with Needle. It's not like I would have many other targets, but at least if I had named the correct thing with this Needle, then I would be able to not have to take this Goblin Bombardment right now. All right, Ensnaring Bridge is in play. I'm going to exile the top card of everyone's deck to take what they draw off that Elegant Parlor, and now we are in, once again, a bad situation where we've got an opponent that is taking uncontrolled draws. If my opponent Seasoned Pyromancers into a Wrath of the Skies, into a Static Prison, honestly, even into a Goblin Bombardment, then I'm in trouble. They discarded a Flage and a Seasoned Pyromancer, so that Showdown of the Scalds is still in their hand. Absolutely ridiculous. Alright, that's an Urza Saga. Urza Saga, please rescue me. But I don't think Urza Saga is going to help. Showdown of the Scalds is coming down this turn. Yeah, there's a land. They have 2 cards in hand, and they're about to look at another 4. If they find an out in any of that, then I am donezo. Honestly, even a Wrath of the Skies here isn't that bad. That's an Ajani Nakadal Pariah. I have that needled. I have that taken care of. Okay. Maybe this isn't completely terrible. I feel like they should have played Showdown of the Scalds there, though. Alright, let's just go ahead and activate this Pyxis. Yuki says that we got a new Dino Lord, a Simic Coiling Oracle, and a 6-drop Lotus? Okay, seems like pretty cool stuff. Ah, here's another Pithing Needle. What do I put this on, huh? Well, let's put it on something. Probably just Goblin Bombardment, honestly. I haven't seen a Reflection of Kiki Jiki, so I'm not going to put it on that. And now I need to fade Showdown of the Scalds and this next draw. That's 5 cards that need to be not something terrible. Honestly, even Wrath of the Skies is probably effectively game over. Oh yeah, it's definitely game over. They don't even need to do much. Oh, well, or they can just do that. Yeah, okay. Well, that is an example of why we need a lock. We need a lock. The lock just didn't come together this game. If I had a lock, then I would have been able to control some of what they were doing, maybe. But, yeah, that didn't work. That did not work. On to round 5. Okay, we are on the play for round 5 versus her. I will go ahead and take the play here. Hopefully we get a decent hand. People ask me to evaluate these hands. This hand needs a lot of help. I'm going to mulligan it. This hand is better. I'm going to throw back a Shredder. I will pay the 2 life, and I will Thoughtseize my opponent. Oh, okay. Okay, this is fine. Veto Thorn of the Dusk Rose. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. That Profane Tutor is going to suck. I think I'm going to take the Profane Tutor. I think I'll just cope with Veto. All right, Profane Tutor is down. If I top deck a land, then I'm in pretty good shape. All right, Fell Mire. That's fine. That is not a top decked land, unfortunately. What is it? Pyxis? I need the land. All right, and this Verdant Catacombs is going to have to fetch up. Do I want the tempo or do I want the consistency? I would be able to play like Pyxis or Grafdigger's Cage. I want the consistency. Do I want a Pithing Needle? Pithing Needle can hit Sorin. I don't think that that is important. The veto is the problem, and right now I need to keep them off of life gain, which means I need to keep them off of Nourishing Shoal. Oh, they're thought seizing me. Sure. I don't think that this is some lightning fast Nourishing Shoal, Grishelbrand sort of thing. I'm not sure what this is, honestly. They took my Profane Tutor. That's probably for the best for them. Do they have another play this turn? Verdant Catacombs. That's fine. Urza's Saga. I'm not going to play out this Ensnaring Bridge. I am going to play out Grafdigger's Cage and Pyxis. Underground Mortuary is fine. There's nothing I can do about that. Milled a Boggart Trawler. I mean, Neobrand might be possible, but I don't know. I haven't seen any blue. There's Veto. That is second Urza's Saga. That's a very good draw. I'm just going to slam that right now. Oh, I missed them playing a Fell the Profane. Okay. Well, I might be able to aggro them out. It's probably not terribly likely, but I might be able to do it. I just might be able to do it. I really need them to not draw a Nourishing Shoal. Nourishing Shoal just auto kills me. Yeah, they're not attacking. All right, my best draw here would be a Thoughtseize. All right, so now, do I create a construct, or do I float and activate Fomori Vault? I think I'm gonna float and activate Fomori Vault. I really want a Thoughtseize here. And I'm going to grab a Lantern. Yeah, glad I did that. That was Soul Spike, exiling Thoughtseize and Boggart Trawler, which means those two Autothon Worms are still in their hand. Maybe I'm gonna change what I do here, because now the only thing I need to answer is that Veto. Still think I'm playing the Fomori Vault, but I could just let the mana go, make a construct, and then just keep them off of things. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna let them go. Let the mana go. I'm just gonna keep them off of ways to gain life. Overgrown Tomb. And I win. Wow, look at that. Okay, so we have won every single one of our game ones. So this is some sort of weird life gain, zap you out from nowhere. They definitely have Nourishing Shoals. It's possible that they have, what's that card? Shieldred and Necrodominance. I need to be aware of that. To that end, I think things that are important to bring in are additional discard and where's that Thoughtseize? And Assassin's Trophies. Assassin's Trophy specifically because it answers a whole bunch of other stuff. Things that are not as good, I don't think Pithing Needles are as good. I don't think Underworld Cookbook is as good. I don't think Grafdigger's Cage is as good. And I need one more thing to cut. I could cut an Ensnaring Bridge. I'll cut an Ensnaring Bridge. Cutting Ensnaring Bridge is a bit risky, but I think it's fine. They don't swarm the board with a bunch of stuff, and I'm bringing in a ton of spot removal. I think I'll be okay. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Let's, well, those of you watching live will not know what happens, but those of you watching the video will probably know within, I don't know, like 5 to 10 minutes if I should be feeling good about this or not. Or you can just skip to the, skip to when I lose or win this match. Or hell, just skip to the end of the video, just, look at the final result. That's an option for people who time travel, like those who watch YouTube videos. Oh boy. I'm still just sitting here waiting for my opponent to decide to go first. Well, there we go. Yuki, I haven't really been keeping track of the spoilers that terribly much. I've mostly just been skimming, looking for 1-drop artifacts, as every Lantern control player is wont to do. But it's nice that they're getting a bunch of cool cards that I'm not going to play. We'll see if any of them end up getting into Modern. I swear, all I want is I want the Green Lantern to be in one of these Marvel sets, and I want the Green Lantern, the Lantern, not the hero, to be an artifact, and I want that artifact to be a reskin of Lantern of Insight, and I will buy 4 of them. No, I'll buy 3 of them. No, I'll buy 4 of them. And I will strip them of their borders, and they will be hideous, and I will love them. Yeah, the 2-drop Millrock is a thing. I'm not really too terribly high on the 2-drop Millrock. Oh, Green Lantern isn't Marvel, huh? What is it? It's DC. Okay. Yeah, Green Lantern is apparently DC. So when we get our DC set, I'll look forward to the Green Lantern. Wait, does that mean that Green Lantern and Batman are in the same universe? Yeah, it must mean that. Batman's a DC character, I think. Well, I have no idea what my opponent is doing, but if you want to have this sort of banter while our opponents are timing themselves out, then come watch the live stream sometime. We'd love to have you. Yuki, I would imagine that you're getting your pitchfork over Boros Energy still being legal, but I guess if you gotta get your pitchfork over DC existing, then that's fine. Oh, against me for saying Green Lantern is a Marvel. Man, I barely pay attention to any of that stuff. I'm one of those normies that stopped watching the Avengers movies after Endgame. I barely even recognize that they're still releasing the Marvel's movies. Wait, now that you mention it, Green Lantern wasn't in any of the Marvel movies. Huh. Hey, Antuo, it's nice to see you in chat. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, but at least it gives you an excuse to watch the timer tick down. Currently, we started at 25 minutes, and we somehow need to fill the next 18 minutes and 12 seconds of time. Yuki and I are arguing about whether Green Lantern is Marvel or DC. I say Green Lantern is Marvel, but Yuki believes otherwise. Since truth is relative, that means that it's up to you, Antuo, to be the tiebreaker. Who's Green Lantern part of? Are they a part of Marvel or are they a part of DC? Oh, this is amazing. This is why I have the good music on the stream, by the way, because I knew there would be tons of downtime when streaming Lantern. All right, Antuo's hit us with the third option, which is to know nothing about comics. Oh, hey, we have a hand. Oh, look at that. Oh, this hand is terrible. I'm gonna mulligan this. I will keep this one. I kind of want the Assassin's Trophy. I feel like this game's going to be decided fairly quickly. I'm going to get rid of the Pyxis here. And I'm just going to be good old Gugari control. I'm going to Inquisition my opponent. I'm going to hopefully take apart their whole hand. And we'll see what happens. That is a swamp? I want to play Blooming Marsh here. Yeah, Necrodominance. Look at that. Palantir of Orthanc, huh? They've got the funky arts on Magic Online too? Well, I have the Assassin's Trophy that lines up against the Necrodominance. I think I'm going to take the Profane Tutor here. And then next turn I'm going to play Blooming Marsh and I'm going to hold open Assassin's Trophy. Interesting. They played a land that I didn't know about. Oh, that's a Duress. That changes things. I can now Assassin's Trophy what they play this turn, and then I can Duress what they play next turn. So I guess it doesn't change that much. See, Monkey, I have no idea what my opponent's doing. I'm just kind of winging it. I don't look people's names up on MTG Top 8, even though I probably should. Come on, surveil it. Oh, they kept it on top. Oh, that's not good. Setting that stop on their main phase, on their second main, just in case. All right, that's a Necrodominance. We saw that coming. Gonna go ahead and kill this now. And it doesn't matter if I do this on the beginning of combat or if I do it on second main, because my opponent's going to get the untapped land on their second main anyway. Ooh, there we go. Okay, I'm going to fire off this Ancient Stirrings first, because I would love to find a Lantern of Insight off of this. I did not find a Lantern of Insight, but I did find a Mishra's Bauble. Do I care about that? Or do I just want to grab Codex Shredder and prepare for a lock? I think I'll grab Codex Shredder and prepare for a lock. All right, Duress. Geez, another Profane Tutor, huh? All right, let's read this together. Oh, dear God. Let's try and read this together. Hang on. It says, at the beginning of your end step, put an incumbent's counter on Palantir of Orthanc and scry 2. Then, target opponent may have you draw a card. If that player doesn't, you mill X cards, where X is the number of influence counters on Palantir of Orthanc, and that player loses life equal to the total mana value of those cards. Okay, did y'all catch that? I hope y'all caught that, because I'm not doing that again. Okay, so I think I can handle a Palantir of Orthanc. I think I cannot handle a Profane Tutor. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to play a Codex Shredder. Wow, that was miserable. What did my opponent have in hand again? Palantir of Orthanc is down, Profane Tutor is down. I need to do a better job of keeping track of their hand. That's why I've got this tracker here. And I think I am going to start shredding them. And I'm not going to give them this card. They scried both to bottom. Yeah, no, you may not draw. They dome me for 3. Okay. So now I'm going to have the opportunity to grab a Surveil land here. And they're going to get a couple of additional draws. And we've got a game? Are they just going to cast Veto? They're going to cast Veto. They played Blooming Marsh. They cast Veto. They've got Soul Spike and 1 unknown in hand right now. This is a 3 toughness, 1 power creature. Let's see what they scry here. They're taking a second to think about it. They could dome me for 15. I'll have them draw. All right, go ahead and mill. And we are going to Beluda Delta here. I'm going to once again grab my Surveil land. Once again, I'm grabbing my Surveil land. I have grabbed this Surveil land a lot in this league. Mox Opal. I don't need a Mox Opal. What I would love is a Lantern or a Mill Rock. Ancient Stirrings is pretty good. I am going to create a construct here. I'm going to grab a Lantern of Insight, and I'm going to hope this Ancient Stirrings hits something nice. Yeah, Lantern of Insight, Sorin of House Markov. Can I afford for that to hit? I don't know. Mishra's Bauble. I've got an Assassin's Trophy on top of my deck. I think I can afford to take a hit from Sorin, at least right now. It only triggers on their post-combat main phase, and it's 3 or more life. I could be in for a world of hurt, though. I am going to pop this Mishra's Bauble. Like, my opponent could possibly just burn me out straight from here. Let's see what's on top of my deck. It's another Codex Shredder. What would be worse than a Sorin? It's quite a few things that could be worse than a Sorin. I have an answer to it in hand, though. Okay, I'll let them draw it one time. What is this, the Sorin Imperious Bloodlord or something? Sorin of House Markov, never mind. Okay, now they're doing something else. Jeez, you gotta be kidding me. Necro Dominance. They slow rolled the hell out of that. Oh, they slow rolled the hell out of that. I don't like that. All right, so they're going to scry 2 here. And I get to see what card they're going to draw before they draw it. Soul Spike. Well, I don't want to take 7 from that. I'm going to have them draw it. All right. Yeah, this got very nasty very quickly. I can't have them draw that March of Wretched Sorrow either, because they will... Jeez, man. Because they're just gonna... Oh, they didn't have the black. Oh well. All right. Well, let's just see what happens here. They have double Soul Spike and an unknown. They're gonna draw an Autothon Worm and a bunch of other stuff. They're going down to 1. And they have all this stuff in their hand that I'm not going to even bother with. Yeah, X equals 15 on the Nourishing Shoal. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna make them do it. But this is a win for them. Yep, that's brutal. If I had held open this Assassin's Trophy, then this wouldn't have been a problem. But perhaps I got a bit greedy with these constructs? Although I didn't know that I would have an Assassin's Trophy at the beginning of the turn, did I? I'm not sure that I did. Oh well, that was really well played on their part, I think. They slow-rolled the hell out of that Necrodominance. Alright, so now it's going to be my turn here. Seeing all of these artifacts and enchantments, it makes me kind of want these Nature's Claims on top of everything. And I might side out another Ensnaring Bridge. Yeah, I think I'll side out one more Ensnaring Bridge. And I think I will side out a Codex Shredder. The Pithing Needles need to stay in to answer Sorin, I think. I will be on the play. Not with this hand. With this hand. This is a good hand. I'm going to keep this. I'm going to bottom the Mox Opal. It's just not going to be online fast enough. Alright, Inquisition my opponent. I name is 1, huh? Do I take their Thoughtseize here? Either way, they're gonna have Necrodominance. So I think I'm just going to take the Thoughtseize. And I'm going to keep my own plan intact. Not feeling too terribly good, honestly. There's a decent chance that I lose this. That is a swamp. Alright, Urza Saga, save me please. Lantern of Insights. And then Soul Spike. On top of their deck. Let's go ahead and... Oh, I took the Thoughtseize. They have a Palantir of Orthanc that they drew? Do I take the Palantir and just leave them with doubled Necrodominance? Like, I can't do that, right? They don't have a third land. Do I keep them off of lands? I think I'm going to start chewing through their Necrodominances. Alright, Soul Spike. Overgrown Tomb has hit play. And I don't need to cast this Codex Shredder quite yet. Ooh, that Duress is a really good draw. Unfortunately, I don't know if I am going to be drawing it. Actually, who am I kidding? What I could do is play out this Verdant Catacombs. I could cast Codex Shredder, and then I can just not bother killing them with Urza Saga. Yeah, okay, this is fine. Because they got the Soul Spikes anyway that can handle my constructs. Alright, now let me think here. I'm going to use this Duress to take their Necrodominance. And then the only thing that they'll have is a Palantir of Orthanc. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to grab a basic Swamp. And I think I will create the construct here. And they can Soul Spike this as much as they like. Maybe I shouldn't have made the construct. And they Soul Spiked, exiling Soul Spike, and I name is 1. Okay, that's fine. And I still have that Overgrown Tomb in my deck. That's fantastic. Okay, Pyxis is going to hit. I'm going to grab the Overgrown Tomb now. And I'm going to pay the 2 life. And I'm going to Duress my opponent. And I'm going to take that Necrodominance. And I have a Nature's Claim on top of my deck. So I'm going to switch plans. I'm going to allow them to draw this Blooming Marsh. They're going to play Palantir of Orthanc. And now I don't care. I have a lock. I'm fine. I'm going to see what they put on top of their deck, if it's something that I want them drawing or not. Yeah, you can draw Verdant Catacombs. And I'm going to... I'm not going to save targets. I might want to mill myself later on. I'll let them have the veto for now. But I think I will exile first. Well, let them have the veto so that I can draw the Nature's Claim. Okay, now I'm going to claim this. And I'm going to F6. Okay, and this game's locked. I'm going to start milling myself into more interaction here. I don't care if they draw that Soul Spike. Alright. Duress is fine. Just gonna keep that in the bank in case I need it. And I don't really need them to draw this Palantir, so I'm not going to let them draw it. Boggart Trawler is fine. Because I have an Ensnaring Bridge on top of my deck that I can just slam this turn. Okay. Yeah, I don't want them having that. I'm not going to bother tracking their hand anymore. I hope y'all understand. This just doesn't matter. Okay. I'm going to use Duress, and I'm going to take the March of Wretched Sorrow out of their hand so they don't have a source of life gain. And then I'm going to allow this veto to hit play. Oh, I guess I didn't have to play out that Blooming Marsh. Oh well. Yeah, their hand just doesn't matter anymore. They don't have a source of life gain in hand, and that's what I'm worried about. I'm gonna mill the Fomori Vault. I just kind of want to naturally draw my stuff now. It's a 1-power creature. Gonna go ahead and mill myself into another mill rock, hopefully. And we are chilling. Maximum vibes here. Kind of wishing that I had that Fomori Vault. Oh, there's a Mycosynth Gardens. Okay. Doing quite a bit better with that now. Ooh, no Profane Tutors. No, 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 no. You may not have a Profane Tutor. Delighted Halfling is perfectly fine, no. No Necrodominances, you can't have that. And no Nourishing Shoals, actually. But I'm going to draw this Pyxis first. Alright, now I'm going to save targets here. They're going to fetch, try to get something relevant on top of their deck. Nourishing Shoal is relevant, but no. This brings me down to 4. That's fine. So that Soul Spike draw is going to bring me down to 4 life, which is still notably higher than 0, so I think I'm okay. I'm just going to start working on winning the game here. Sure, Soul Spike me as much as you like, that's fine. I don't need to bother with that right now. Let's just go ahead and activate Pyxis. Okay. No, they still have the veto in play, so I'm not going to let them have that Nourishing Shoal. This is fine. Can't you tell that I enjoy doing this? I do actually, unironically, seriously enjoy doing this. But it might not be obvious to the naked eye. It would take years of learning about me to recognize that I'm actually having fun right now. Autothon's Worm is fine, I guess. Yeah, I've been doing a good job of keeping all of the life gain out of their hand. The Nourishing Shoals aren't in there. Alright. Oh, you get a total of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, you get... That's your last draw. Well, if that's your last draw, then I guess you don't need to draw Autothon Worm. Yeah, you could draw a Boggart Trawler as your last draw for the game. Last draw step an opponent takes for the league. Exile... 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 Pass turn to me. And they concede the match. Well, I mean, I'm not sure why they conceded right there as opposed to before, but whatever. Maybe they just felt like playing it out. Okay, well, I'm gonna wake up and I'm going to do the outro here. Give me just a second. So, what did I think of the list? I think the list is okay. It's okay. Mox Opal stocks are going down, I think. I don't think I'm ready to cut Mox Opal more than I already have, but we had one hand where it was a bit awkward. It's been a bit awkward in other spots too. But the explosivity has been nice, so I'm not sold on cutting these quite yet. I'm also not even sure what I would cut them for. Like... I'm not sure what I would cut them for, honestly. I like the spread of lands and stuff, so that's fine. I think I'm just going to continue running it as is. The Necromentia felt good where it was supposed to be good. It didn't win the game, but it felt good. So it made my heart feel all warm and fuzzy. So I think I'll just go ahead and keep it in the sideboard there.